Well, the water tastes pretty good. It's berry pomegranate, I think it was. I don't know. I bought 5 of them, one for each day. It was old Top Notch's idea, so I decided to try it, see what it's all about. So far, I'm not sure it's worth it. It's just like flavored water. We'll see though. We will see. I have to call back a client on the way to my first job. I have 2 yards to cut today. Someone called me about trimming some bushes and putting down some mulch. So I had to Google the address because I wasn't sure where they lived. So I'm going to give them a call back so I can tell them when to give a quote. Now I can finally hear. Took my double ears off. And it took me 41:13 to mow that yard. I took a little ride around the block. So I want to show off these stripes. They look very nice. And the Exmark does a nice job with that striper. Especially when you double cut it. In the very center though, you might be able to see it, I did put a slight, forget what it's called, scalp dip. It's a little V in the center, so you kind of got to go in it on both sides. Well, I went in a little too far on the one side, put a small scalp going up the whole yard. Not that noticeable, not that big of a deal. Might as well take a lap around here. This is the yard I did Monday. Somehow I beat the rain. That's my old client. I've had him for a long time. It's the one who I lost this couple weeks back. Mulching for this house tomorrow. That's also one of my mowing clients. This is also one of my clients here. I don't mow for her. I do most of her garden bed maintenance. I was supposed to work for her yesterday. Trim back every shrub on the property and do a little weeding, just shape up the place. But it rained all day long. So instead, I went to the mountain, did a little whitetail scouting, made a good use out of a rainy day. We got a lot. I think we got 1 1/3 inches of rain yesterday, which we really need. And it didn't just pour; it sprinkled all day long, so it's soaked in. And it rained Monday evening. It rained 3 times Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday evening. So it was wet all day Monday, wet all day Tuesday. It'll be wet all day today because it's supposed to sprinkle again tonight. What am I doing? Not putting the trailer away. I have to unload the Exmark first. Man, I can't wait till the license comes. It'll be coming any day. The trailer ball might catch a little bit as I pull out with the truck. The jack, literally the handle snapped off. But it didn't catch at all. I was afraid I might have to jerk it off it. Pull my earplugs out. So that's 1 yard mowed, start to finish. Now here, this is kind of a divided boundary. The neighbor always ends up mowing it. I can't put the Exmark in here, and he does it, so I just don't bring the push mower. I edge along the side, and I mowed a little bit of his front and over here. So I do him a favor, he does me a favor. Still have to remember to load the Exmark up. I'm out of here. Took me 42 minutes. There's the product. It's very nice. So that was the first time I've ever done a start to finish cut. There will be one break in the middle because along the way the camera got turned sideways like so. So depending on how long it was like that, I might have to edit that out. I'm off getting mulch for tomorrow's job. Either way, the reason I'm making the video, I just got a missed call, so I returned the call. The lady said that she lived in blah blah blah, Hummelstown. I'm like, let me save you here. Let me save both our time. I'm not coming to Hummelstown, that's too far away. She's like, oh, thank you, bye. I'm not gonna sit on the phone 5 minutes while she spews all the crap she wants done when I have no intention of coming that far. That's about 45 minutes away from me. Probably 30 miles. No way I'm going that far. Not in this truck anyway. Alright, it is Thursday, about 10:30 a.m. That's 4 yards of mulch spread. We're sitting pretty heavy today. Probably about 9,000 pounds, I'd guess. The total vehicle weight. Brand new mulch. It's very wet. Very finely shredded too. So I got 4 yards of that on the truck. The tarp. And it's starting to rain. Oh well. Literally going just up the road a little bit. I don't have anything on there good. I don't think the tarp will blow off. Have to work Saturday this week because of the rain on Tuesday. Rained out a job. I gotta meet a customer tonight. I had to put that in my phone as a reminder, that way I don't forget. I'll give a quote for mulching and I think some bush trimming. It is 3:31 p.m. Finish up the mulch job. Too lazy to show you today, especially since I'm gonna be mowing it tomorrow. So I'll just do a little filming of it then. Turned out really nice. Had something I was gonna say, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, the rake was in the yard when I was blowing off. I forgot to load it in the truck, so I grabbed it, tossed it to the side of the truck. That way I'd remember. Well, I over tossed it a little bit, hit the side of the truck really hard with the concrete rake, with the steel garden bed rake. I'm surprised it didn't dent it. Hardly actually even scratched it. I mean, it hit with the actual rake end of it, didn't hit with the handle. Sounds like, oops, made a loud noise. Heading out to give a quote. I think it's on mulching.
2.1 miles, then turn left on Carlisle Pike.
Got the old GPS out.
Then turn left on Market Street.
I know I'm not filming my face, that's just because it's easier to concentrate on driving when I just hold the camera like I am. So that's why I always do this. Either way, what I was going to say is, a tactic I've been using lately when bidding mulch is, I bid by the square foot. I'm not going to tell you my exact numbers, if you want that, whatever. Either way, I do by the square foot. I have a pricing structure that goes by measure out the entire property. For example, I had 895 square feet. Well, lately, if it's a smaller property, like that's a small one, I tend to way over measure it. That way I can charge the customer more and I never run out of mulch. On the bigger properties, I tend to do it more exact just because I want to land the job. I don't want to keep overcharging them. Otherwise, you know, it's risk of not landing the job like that. But on the small properties where it's going to be like 1, 2, 3 yards, if it's say 20 feet long, 5 feet wide, I do it 25, 6 feet. That builds up the square feet pretty quick, and then you can either spread it thicker or whatever. It's up to you. But either way, it kind of helps with the pricing structure with these littler jobs. It makes it more profitable. Well, it is Friday. I'm starting this day off with a new jack for the trailer. 2,000 pound jack. Should be good enough. Not that much weight on the front of it. But yeah, I broke my old jack off, so I have to get a new one. Well, I finished up. This is one of the yards that I'm proud of. Stripes turn out really nice. They don't show up as well on camera. I did double stripe it, so it stripes from both directions. That also makes them fade out a little bit. Might be able to see the back hill. It just goes right up the hill. I'm gonna drive past it again so you can see it better. Well, yesterday I promised to show the mulch, so I'm gonna do that before I go off. didn't get anything in here really. Happy about that. So I'm finished with this yard. I just picked up a new one. Someone was driving by. They stopped me and asked me to do theirs, so I'm going to do it now. Basically what I was trying to say was this yard took like 55 minutes this week, and it usually takes 30. It was a nightmare with the new mulch. I did go out and do a quote though, so that did take up some time. But basically, no matter what I did, even with chute blocker down, it was still spraying grass into mulch, and I hate doing that. So I finally just bagged the entire thing. Oh well. I am ready to go. I got 6 quarts of oil and a filter for the truck, 2 quarts of oil and a filter for the Exmark. Well, it's 4:47 p.m. Got all the oil changed in my equipment. Just put 6 1/4 quarts of oil in the 6.0. Put 1 3/4 in the Exmark. So what's that, like 8? Yeah, 8. Plus 2 oil filters. $50 later. Just taking her for a little test drive. Well, it's Friday evening. It's 7 something. I was listening to Stanley Genetic, and he motivated me to go back to work. I had a job I was going to do Saturday. I don't want to do it Saturday. I said something about it being the guy who gets stuff done. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it tonight and get it over with and stop putting it off. Oops. I'm going to take the GPS inside. Camera's a little bit blurry, so I'm gonna run out and do that. Well, this is the end of the week in lawn care. I finished trimming up the bushes. I didn't rake them up. I'll do that tomorrow afternoon. I'm not gonna do any filming of that. So basically, I did some mowing and some mulching and bush trimming. This week I did an entire yard from start to finish. I filmed it, so that should be pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. See more videos like this.